People like games.
What's up, folks? It's Reggie with People Like Games, and today I'm going to give you a quick rundown on one of the hypest card games of the early 2000s, Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's get into it. This time we start with mangaka Kazuki Takahashi. Kazuki started his work in manga in the 80s and published his first work, Tokyo no Taka, in 1990. Fortunately for us, it didn't last very long, only getting about 2 volumes out before ending its run. It wasn't until 1996 that he found his breakout hit with Yu-Gi-Oh! Originally working to create a horror story, somehow we ended up with a manga about games. Battle was one of the main themes Kazuki had been thinking on, but wanted to differentiate himself from all the fighting shonen manga. Games were chosen as Kazuki's new form of battle, but you can see some of the horror elements still left over from the original concept. If you watch the wildly successful anime, you probably remember the Shadow Realm, and I'm here to tell you that wasn't actually a thing at all. Kazuki's horror elements showed themselves in the Shadow games, where characters would actually die in some honestly violent ways. Remember that episode with Arcana and the Red Dark Magician? The real punishment for losing was getting a buzzsaw straight through your legs. But that's what happens when you let 4 kids dub your anime. Back to my point though, unlike many other game-centric manga at the time, Yu-Gi-Oh! Was different in that it originally showcased a variety of games played by a recurring cast of Yugi and his friends as they try to solve the mystery of the Millennium Puzzle. While some familiar games like chess would be incorporated, Kazuki also created a few of his own, and eventually, Duel Monsters would be created and made its way into the manga, seemingly inspired by Magic the Gathering. While it was originally supposed to be a one-off concept like many of the other games, only meant to appear twice, readers loved his new concept and Kazuki ran with it. From there, we got the manga, a ton of anime, movies, and now thousands of cards to play with. Today, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is one of the biggest media franchises in the world alongside Pokemon, and it makes sense if you were there for both of their original runs. While there were purists on both sides, the franchises were different enough that they almost complemented each other in the itches they scratched for young players. And while a lot of people would collect Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh! Was much more readily played as a card game, at least from what I saw. But that's all from me today, folks. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that YouTuber talk. I'll be back next week with some more history for you. Peace.